Hey mathematicians, let's do your homework for the weekend. Okay, so this first section just wants you to tell me what units you would measure something like a jug of milk in. I'm not looking for an actual number because it could be different, but I'm looking for, like, would you say, oh, that jug of milk, that carton of milk is a centimeter? Like, that doesn't seem reasonable. We're not talking about, like, how long it is. We're talking about how much is in it. So for a jug of milk, I would accept things like capacity units. Things like a pint or a gallon. Those would be acceptable. You probably don't buy a cup of milk, but maybe. Those are capacity units. If we're talking about length, it wouldn't make sense to say a gallon because that's not talking about length. The length of an adult's shoe. Probably not an inch. Probably more like a foot. So feet or inches, I guess you could put inches, but probably not miles because nobody's foot is a mile long. Not yards, not meters, things like that. Well, not meters anyway because we're talking about customary units. The weight of a slice of bread, is that a ton? I don't think it's 2,000 pounds. I don't think a slice of bread is even a pound. So this one would probably be measured in ounces. And the height of a tree, probably not inches. Probably not even feet. Not miles either. I'd pick yards. So that's what we're looking for. Like, what would you think about units if you had to grab like a measuring tape? What kind of measuring tape would you grab? Not looking for like math there. All right, I'm going to do one or two of these to set up, but you can do these yourselves. A hardware store manager ordered 12 pounds of nails. How many ounces? So we are going from pounds to ounces. You need your star chart. These were sitting outside my door. You have some from your morning work. You can Google 6th grade star chart and it will tell you, but if you look it up, it says that 1 pound is 16 ounces. So 1 pound, 16 ounces. If they ordered 12 pounds, there's 12 in the pounds. How do you get here? Well, from here you said times 16, so this is another times 16. 12 times 16 gives you your answer. You can figure out what it is. Don't just leave it here, write it off to the side. Ounces, and your answer. Same deal here. You're going fluid ounces to cups. Look up your ratio. Fluid ounces to cups. Just because that is a decimal doesn't mean you can't do it. Tons to pounds. Look up your ratio. Cups to pints. Look up your ratio. This one is going to take 2 steps, actually, because you can't go from quarts to cups. So you're going to go quarts to pints, and then pints to cups. It's okay if it takes you a couple steps. This last one, I'll do a little bit with you. If you have 3 feet and 8 inches, I want to know what that is just in inches. So feet to inches. 1 foot is 12 inches. 3 feet are 36 inches. But this isn't just 3 feet. It's 3 feet and 8 inches. These 2 little lines mean inches. So 36 plus 8 makes 44 inches. And then here you want to change this one also into only inches. Ooh, a yard. 1 yard is how many feet? 1 yard is 3 feet. So this is 3 feet plus 2 feet. That's 5 feet. Change 5 feet into inches and add 10. Oops, we had an announcement happening during there. There are 2 trick answers in these answer choices. And they are 44 and another number that is the answer when you add up the second number into inches, but I don't want either of those because my actual question is how much longer is the length than the width? How much longer or how much more is a subtraction question. So you're going to subtract these two numbers once they're entirely in inches, and that will be your answer. Same style of problem here. Change 8 pounds, 11 ounces to change pounds to ounces and add the 11 extra ounces. Change pounds to ounces, add the extra 15 ounces. Then you can add or subtract. The review. Luis bought 2 2/4 pounds, 2 2/4 pounds of pecans and 3 2/5 pounds of walnuts. How many pounds of nuts did he buy in all? In all tells me it's an adding problem. I might actually change them to decimals because you can't add fourths and fifths, and I'd rather not create common denominators. So I would rather change these to 2 point something and 3 point something. Change them to decimals before you add them. Write 3 different examples of how you use fractions in real life. Well, I'll give you one. When you are cooking / using a recipe. They oftentimes will give you cup amounts that are in halves or thirds or quarters. Recipe, oh gosh, I think I might have misspelled recipe. I'm not here for making spelling. I think I misspelled that. So we're going to scroll past it, but you know, spelling doesn't really count as long as I can tell what you mean. Miss Hughes is looking for a Marvel to babysit her dog this weekend. Whoever she chooses will earn $20 plus an additional $7 per hour. Ooh. If they babysit for 4 hours, write an equation to find how much money. You can forget we haven't really learned how to write the equation. I just want you to tell me how much money do they make. If they earn $20 plus $7 per hour for every hour, and she babysits for 4 hours. So that's $7 every hour for 4 hours, and also $20 just for showing up. Tell me how much money she makes. Last one. Mia's cat weighs 15 5/12 pounds. That's Mia's cat. Mackenzie's cat weighs half as many pounds as Angel's cat. How many more pounds does Angel's cat? Typo. This is what happens when you try and make them all the names of your students. As Mia's cat. How many more pounds does Mia's cat weigh than Mackenzie's cat? I started changing it to a student's name and then I forgot to keep going. This is what happens when you make homework while you're at home sick. You don't check it. My bad. Mia and Mackenzie, those are the only 2 people we're talking about. Mia's cat weighs 15 5/12 pounds. Mackenzie's cat weighs half as many pounds as Mia's cat. Half of Mia. Of means times. How many more pounds does Mia's cat weigh than Mackenzie's? Half of it. 2 times more. But it's actually asking for pounds, so we gotta figure it out. Half of 15 5/12. Well, I would go ahead and change this into an improper fraction. 12 times 15. Ooh, 12 times 15. Here's what I do. I'm going to break that up into 12 times 5, which is 60, and 12 times 10, which is 120, because 5 and 10 together make the 15. So that's 180. Plus 5, that's 185/12. Yikes. Times a half. 185/12 times a half equals 185/24. And your job is to now change that back into a mixed number. Please divide 184 divided by 24 and give me a fractional remainder, no decimals, and the units of pounds. Yay, done with our homework. Have a great weekend.